Alright, I'm going to try this one more time. Hopefully this will work. OBS has been kind of a... I don't know. It's been a nightmare tonight. So, hopefully this works. I'm going to quickly go over how to use the SDC client, the software-defined connector, which attaches to the EESDR, Sun Radio's SDR software application via the TCI client that Expert produced. So what we're going to do is go over the macro settings. This is your voice keyer settings that you can set up with the SDC client. To do this, you need to first make sure that you obviously have TCI enabled in your radio in the Expert software. And then you've got your SDC client downloaded. I believe I'm running the latest version. Yeah. So this is version 15.0502, the 64-bit. When you go into SDC client, you're going to want to go to the macro settings. Make sure I got my drive power turned down here too. I'm also going to turn down the radio here for a second, so I have that annoying in the background here. You're going to want to enable your... I'm going to kind of go over the CW version of this too as well. It means it's pretty simple. In the sideband version, the voice version. I'm not going to get into the digital version of this tonight. I still got to kind of do some reading and figure out exactly how this gets set up. But TCI macro, you're going to want to start it, enable it. Before you actually do that, another thing, to set up your voice recordings, Audacity works pretty decent, and a few other applications, but you want these to be in a WAV format. That's how we're going to import these. They're going to be in a WAV format. So go ahead and pre-record your CQ, your call sign, your CQDX, whatever you want to do. I'm just going to do 3 of them tonight. I've already set those up. I'd used Audacity, and we'll kind of go from there. So we're going to go into the little gear icon. And I'm actually going to delete these out of here. We'll start these all over. Come on, will you delete? Yeah. All right. Okay. And, okay. So label. This is going to automatically change whatever mode you're in the radio. So we'll see that. But we've got sideband and CW enabled in the macro keyer SDC client. So we're going to label my first key. I'm going to call this one CQDX. And I'm going to hit the little dots over here. This is going to take you to your pre-recorded WAV files. So I've got this one already labeled as CQDX as my WAV file. This next one's just going to be called CQ. I'm going to pick my CQ WAV file. And lastly, for this, I've got my call sign. So and my call. Okay. I'm going to hit apply and close this down. I opted to run the external window, stays on top, and the mini close button. These are all kind of preferences. Do whatever you want to do here, play around with them and figure out what works best for you. After that, you're going to start the macro server. Now you can minimize this. This box will pop up. This little slider will let you adjust your gain settings, so we'll watch where that is here in a minute. You can turn on the slim mode, which basically, if you leave this up, you can do free text in here when you go to sideband, or not sideband, but CW. I'm just going to turn this on slim mode for now. I got my drive power turned down. I know I'm in kind of the CW portion of this, but look, I'm not running any power output. I just kind of want to demonstrate things, how this works. So after you do that, you should be able to click on either F1, F2, or F3, whatever macro you have set up here. You can also, or you can click on these, obviously the buttons, or you can press the function key on your keyboard and toggle these as well. So the first one I'm going to do is the CQDX. I'm not sure how loud this is going to be in the monitor, but we'll see what happens here. I want to watch my AGC levels and adjust my gain slider accordingly from there. Being these were all recorded in Audacity underneath the same settings, all the gain levels, once I set this first one, should be pretty close from there. So we'll go from that. Again, you don't need virtual audio cables for this. You don't need COM ports for this. This is all within the SDC client underneath the macro tab. And just to show you what this will do, so if I'm in lower sideband, if I go to upper sideband, obviously the mode will change here. If I go to CW, it's going to change as well. So back to lower sideband here just for this test, because I've got my macros set up in voice mode, sideband mode. All right, so I got my drive power turned all the way down, and we'll see what happens with this. If I click this, it should key the radio, and it should play this WAV file.
CQ, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, November 8, Sierra Delta Radio, Norway 8, Sugar Denmark Radio, calling CQ, hello CQ, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, November 8, Sierra Denmark Radio.
When it gets done with the WAV file, it'll unkey the radio. Obviously, that was pretty hot. You could see the AGC was well beyond the 0 threshold. So I'm going to play it again. I'm going to adjust my slider. I'm going to have to go to the negative port of this, actually. So we're going to roll this back. So while it's playing, I'm going to adjust my voice keyer, the macro transmitted audio going into the Sun SDR. So we'll play this back. Again, I got my drive power turned all the way down. For those that you don't want to scream and yell at me for being in the CW section of doing this, I'm not putting any power output. So here we go.
CQ, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, November 8, Sierra Delta Radio, Norway 8, Sugar Denmark Radio, calling CQ, hello CQ, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, November 8, Sierra Denmark Radio.
Okay, maybe just a little more. Let's do this one more time.
CQ, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, November 8, Sierra Delta Radio, Norway 8, Sugar Denmark Radio, calling CQ, hello CQ, CQ, CQDX, CQDX, November 8, Sierra Denmark Radio.
Okay, that's pretty close for this test anyways. So now if I go to my second one and just call CQ without the DX in it, the level should be pretty close. So let's find out.
CQ, hello CQ, CQ, November 8, Sierra Delta Radio, N8 SDR, CQ, hello CQ, CQ, from November 8, Sierra Delta Radio, N8 SDR.
Okay, it was. And in the third one that I've set up here, just my call sign.
N8 SDR, Norway 8, Sierra Delta Radio.
Okay, we're good to go. All right, so that's how you do the voice side of this. Pretty simple, straightforward, very easy. Again, no VB cables, no COM ports. This is all done through the TCI client using the SDC software-defined connector application alongside the EESDR radio. So now I'm going to go back into my... I'm going to go to my control panel for my SDC client here. I'm going to open this back up. And we're going to go to the little drop down again. And I'm going to change this now to CW. So, first one I'm going to do is my call sign. This is very simple. This will convert this on the fly to CW. So I'm going to type in my call sign again. Second one, I'm going to, just as an example, do a CQ. And we'll do a CQDX again. So, again, just whatever you want this to convert to on the fly to do CW. CQDX, whoops. CQ, long day, sorry guys. CQDX. Boy, can't type tonight at all. Oh boy. CQDX, N8, yep, N8, SDR, CQDX, and then my call sign one more time, N8, SDR. Okay. Then we're gonna do my call sign, SDR. Oh, I already got that, don't I? Okay, my bad. We'll just do a general CQ. CQ, D, N8 SDR, CQ, D, N8 SDR. I probably should have put that D in here too. Just clean this up a little bit here. I'm sorry. Okay, so now we got the from. All right, I'm just going to do these three for now. I'm going to click apply and close this. I did click apply. Okay, I'm going to close this out. I'm going to save this. I'm going to minimize it. Oh, by the way, when you've set this stuff up in here, turn this on and whatever settings you want to use in here, make sure you hit save. My bad, I should have told you that before. Make sure you hit save. So save, I'm going to minimize it. My little macro is going to float on top. If I go to CW, we have my CWs in here. Again, I got my drive power turned down. I don't want anybody answering me right now. But if I do this, there's my call sign. And you can adjust your send speed here. And one thing that I'm pretty sure happens with this, you know what, we could probably find out if OBS doesn't crash on me while I attempt to do this. Where is my skimmer at? Okay, skimmer. Let's go to, let me bring the skimmer over here on this window. If I go to the skimmer, I'm curious about this. Find somebody we can decode here. Okay, so this is decoding. Let me turn this up some so I can actually hear what's going on. Might not be on this guy either. Okay. I want to find one of these where this shows up with what it's decoding on the speed. I'm curious. I think that this word's per minute here and the macro will self-adjust itself. I think. We're going to find out together on this because I'm not sure. I may have to find another CW signal here as well. I don't think I'm really on this guy. Let's try. Okay. So this is decoding and saying it's at 28 words per minute. I guess this won't do that. I was kind of hoping it would, but let's try another one. So this guy's at 31. By the way, this skimmer in this thing works really well. So no, this doesn't appear that will auto adjust unless let me kill this. Sorry, unless I've overlooked something somewhere, and I don't know that I have. I do know that if you use 5M contest, that if this is decoding at say 31 words per minute, the macros in 5M contest on the outside, what you send will also go out at that same rate. I do know it does that because I've done that before with 5M contest, and that works really well. So I'm going to play around with the CW macros some more to see if there's a way to kind of lock these two together, or at least fairly close. I'm sure there probably is. Like, again, I just kind of real quick kind of walked through, just played around with this tonight, saw it in here, thought, okay, I'm going to try it and see. So that's it, down and dirty. Sorry for a short video, guys, but just kind of wanted to kind of put this one out there real quick, and hope you guys are having a good time and everybody's staying safe, and hope to catch you guys on the radio here real soon. Maybe this weekend I'll get on for a little bit, do some more videos. I'm waiting for the version 3 to come out. When version 3 comes out, and we'll definitely start some more videos up with that. But in the meantime, kind of a quick overlay with the SDC client. Actually, here, I'll show you a few more things in SDC client, but this is the macro. I'm not going to get into a lot of the other stuff. Just kind of show you some of the functions you can do with the SDC client, though. Really neat piece of software for the Expert rig. Let me close this guy. Okay. So you got telnet servers in here as well, where you can pull up different telnet servers, cluster servers, skimmer servers. You can have all of these go through to your logging software. You can also set them up to go to your pan adapter display. As you see, the purple one here came from my purple colored one here, which is the VE7 CCNet cluster. Let's see. You got your skimmer in here, which I just showed you. By the way, the skimmer works CW, RIDI, BSK, so it'll decode those 3 modes, CW, RIDI, and BSK. We got the macro server, which we just kind of went over. There's an audio client in here, which you can, I think this will do some stuff for remote. We'll play around with that a little bit later on. You got a mixer setting in here, which I'm probably never going to use, but I think this also will allow you to do some stuff remotely with input and output devices, and let you set those levels up. You've got an audio scope in here. This is kind of neat. I started to show Steve this the other day. Let me get on 40 meters here real quick. We'll grab somebody. I'll have to turn this up a little bit so I can actually hear what's going on.
40. November.
Let's do that.
This is Whiskey 0 Papa Delta W0 PD. Whiskey 0 Papa Delta. Calling CQ on 40. CQ 40 meters. CQ 40 meters. W0 PD. Whiskey 0 Papa Delta.
Client back up.
In El Paso, Texas. Calling CQ. Standing by.
Okay. So the audio scope, we'll start this. Figures he stopped talking now. Find somebody else here real quick because I don't want to.
All right, calling.
Alpha Lima with Bradenton, Florida, which is a little bit south of Tampa on the Gulf Coast. QSL?
And we're not going to get this guy either, are we? Come on. All right. Anyways, you got a receive audio scope in here as well. There you go.
I have you about the same.
So you can look at the bandwidths. These bandwidths will obviously change. I'm listening at, I think, 4K or a little bit past 4K. Where am I at? Yeah, 4.075. So if you change these to 2.9, this is going to change in here as well, on the fly. Drag this out. It'll come out as well.
Maybe it's just opening. Maybe it's not closing.
So.
You're 5'9" plus.
All right. SWR.
There's a giant rectifier up there somewhere.
Let's see. This will just do a plot. I'm not going to do this. Very much power here.
QRZ, anybody left on the band? Norway 6 Zulu Tango in Jim in Ohio.
Let's see. I'm just going to go from 7 to 7200 real quick. Am I on the right antenna? Okay, yeah.
Quiet out.
So.
No, it's not.
This thing's kind of.
Oh, man. What's going
not
on?
bad at the bottom of the band, but it's really good through the mid portion of the band. Actually, it's good to the high end of the band, too. But you can set how many steps, where to start, where to stop, what band. So you can do your SWR plots in this thing as well. And then you can export these things. If I remember right, can you? Or does it save them? I think it saves them in here.
All right. I'll be up at 5 in the morning if Europe comes around. November.
Yeah, so you can save those. Again, this is all done through the TCI client, too, so you don't have to worry about COM ports. Then you've got your TCI client.
Oscar. I think so.
You got your, turn it down again. You got your TCI client, obviously, you turn this on. Once it's on in the radio, you turn it on in the SDC client, and you're good to go. And then I showed Steve this the other day. If you run across an application that doesn't have TCI in it yet, there's a bunch of them working on it. I know JTDX is working on it, and I'll have some more to share about that here a little bit later on. But let's say a logging program in general, you can do this rig emulation. So TCI client will connect to the radio, and then you can actually connect your logging program to the SDC client, and under rig emulation, you will have your COM ports, and you can set that in the logging software up. I believe it emulates the Kenwood TS480. The Kenwood TS480. So you could choose that radio in your logging software, and then everything will kind of follow along, band changes, frequencies, modes, and things like that. So, N1MM is also in here too. And I think N1MM, I could be wrong about this because there's been kind of hearsay here and there. I think that the guys at N1MM, again, don't hold me to this, kind of rumors I've seen floating around, but I think they're working on a TCI client as well. So that'll be really nice. The guys running N1MM, you can just go in there and turn on TCI, and all the rig controls, the CW, everything should just take place right off the bat. No COM ports, no setting up delays or any of the other settings that are needed for rig control or CW. So, man, TCI is going to be the thing to do, and hopefully a lot of other software applications will get on board with it, because it certainly is a really nice, quick, down and dirty. Well, actually not down and dirty. It's just down and clean setup, and it works. So, all done over Ethernet protocols. So, network interfaced, very fast. No COM ports, no baud rates, no bufferings, of any of that stuff going on. So, again, hopefully you enjoyed the video, and again, I will hopefully be making a few more here. Can't wait till the V3 comes out, man. It's going to be really nice. So, take care, guys. Hope everybody has a great weekend. N8 SDR.